Now hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Shipwreck Studios, and today I have a treat for you. Now, I know I've been making forum videos for the past few months, but I want to take a break from those videos for a little while. So, here we go. Crazy Stories from School, Part 3. So, the first story I'm going to tell is about a kid who I'm going to call Mike. This is in no way, shape, or form his real name. Now, Mike and the rest of the boys in the 8th grade, for that matter, made up a football league. I didn't play in it for the most part. I was too busy building paper airplanes. Anyways, my friend, who I'm going to call Jack, was the leader of the league, and we were close friends.
Shipwreck, what does this have to do with Mike?
Shut up, I'm getting there. Now, where was I? Oh, right. So, Jack told me that he had been upset and that he wanted to retire from the league commissioner position, which is basically you run the entire league, and gave the position to me. Then I started getting complaints about a certain player, Mike. Mike had been a real jerk, playing rough, and even pushing me when I was going down the stairs. I had continually warned him that if he didn't stop, he would be suspended from the league. He didn't listen. Now, this story pretty much reached its climax when we were at lunch one day. They were serving lunch in the cafeteria, and one of the items on the list that day was ice cream. Mike had bought a bowl, took a big mouthful when he sat down, and then spit it all out. Some even got on my lunchbox. Everyone at the table was yelling at him, and I gave him a 10-day suspension from the league. He kept saying, "Oh, too bad, I'm gonna play in it anyway." And then, guess what? He usurps my throne right from under me. I'm pretty salty about it to this day because they actually had made a website, and on that website, I had a page that said, "Meet the Commissioner," and they changed it to make fun of me. And they said, "Meet the fake commissioner," and they were all slandering me, and it was not a fun time when I was at that school. I really am glad that I'm now in high school, and I'm also really glad that I have friends that aren't like that. So this next story, I think, is pretty cool. In my elementary school, I was probably one of the most bullied people there, and my friend group was also looked down on. I genuinely don't know why I was bullied, but if I were to guess, it was probably because I like trains and ships. Yeah, not fun. The two main friends I'll talk about in the story will be called James and Henry. These are not their real names, but anyway, we knew that since we were looked down on, most people would stay away from us, and we took advantage of it. We took the area around one of the oak trees in the playground for ourselves, and we usually just hung around there during recess. So, what we did was, we took the area around one of the oak trees for ourselves, and we usually just hung around there during recess. The area around the tree was all dirt and had no grass, and we sometimes collected acorns and crushed them up for some reason. I don't know why, I was like 9 years old. By this time, James and I became best friends. We did almost everything together. One day at the oak tree, I found a sturdy, short stick and started stabbing at the ground. I genuinely don't know why I did this. Soon, James joined me, and we dug a sizable trench around a portion of the tree. I think that one piece of the trench even got like a foot deep. At around this point, we started calling it the mine shaft. I was at a couple of sleepovers, which brought our friend group even closer together, and soon after, Henry joined in. As our mine expanded around the tree, we hit problems. Roots blocked us from continuing in either direction, so we just continued digging away from the tree. Henry started bringing all the mine dirt away from us so we could continue digging even faster. He put all the mine dirt into a pile, and we called it the pyramid. Then James found a massive rock stuck into the ground. We tried for weeks to bring it out of the ground, but we couldn't. We dug around 2/3 of a foot down and still couldn't get it out. Legend says it's still stuck to this day. Now, do you guys remember how in my middle school there were tons of wars? Well, in this story, I will go into detail on the very first war. So, in about 3rd or 4th grade, way before I went into that school, I had made up a country called Karlia. I came up with the name because my name's Carl, spelled with a K, and in countries, the suffix ia, spelled IA, means land of. So with context, Carlia means land of Carl. Now, jumping forward to 6th grade, when I was actually in the school, we had an assignment for technology class where we were supposed to build paper airplanes, attach some pennies to them, and see how far they could fly. This is the assignment that kick-started my paper plane business. Anyways, my friend Burnt Toast, linked to his channel on the top right, had made an airline. He called it DTL, which stood for Drop the Load. And it was funded by his country, Bolstein. I followed it with KLAD, which stood for Carl Lines Air Division. Now, the name was derived from my old shipping line, Carl Lines, linked to a video that has one of the Carl Lines ships in it in the top right. I know it's kind of cringy, I was like 12 at the time. Now, our airlines were fierce competitors, and our countries made companies to manufacture the paper planes for us. DTL's planes came directly from the Bolsteinian government, but KLED's planes came from a company I called Coing. I think you would know where that name comes from. Anyways, tensions were okay at first. I had mass-produced my first paper planes, the 838, 100, and 200 variants, to such an extent that they were being sold to KLED and DTL. Yeah, I believe I made somewhere between like 100 and 200 planes of that model. It was incredibly successful. I followed it with the 848 100 variant and later the 200 variant. The 848s mainly flew for KLAD back then. Then tensions started rising. Soon, a Carlian plane was shot down, and there was only one person to blame: Burnt Toast and the Bolsteinian government. I declared war shortly after, and this marked the start of the Carlia-Bolsteinian War. This had started an arms race between the two countries. We all tried to build up our country's military stockpiles, including nukes. I'm doing air quotes right now, but I'm forgetting that you guys can't see me. Anyways, now the fun part begins. We made films. In Google Slides, my good friend Burnt Toast made a film titled A Man Walking. I will insert the film here. However, I will leave out the title card and credits in order to protect the privacy of Burnt Toast and the person he made this with. I saw this film, and I was not about to let my enemy get a leg up on me. I worked tirelessly to create my own. I called it Mission to the Moon. I'll play the film here, but please note that I'm leaving out the credits to protect my own privacy, and that Mission to the Moon is designed for a much higher frame rate than A Man Walking. And welcome back! Everyone who saw those two films compared to each other said that mine was better. All the boys who saw agreed too. We became pioneers of the Google Slide movies in school. Now, the war between Burnt Toast and I ended with a quote-unquote nuclear escalation. We almost went to DEFCON 1 and launched our quote-unquote nukes. Thankfully we didn't, and we signed a peace treaty, becoming close allies. Now hey guys, welcome to the end card. I hope you liked that video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I don't know, comment E. It helps the channel out a lot. And I should say that, well, I don't know what to say actually. Oh yeah, forum videos will not come out until 2024, so I'm gonna branch off from that for the rest of the year. The final video of 2023 will probably be a, compilation of all our films, or all the best moments of Shipwreck Studios 2023. As always, make sure to like and subscribe, leave a comment, ring that bell, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!